holistic poetry, relaying his life and experiences through the prism of a Muslim American Pakistani. Today he will be sharing Lead, a spoken word piece that highlights what true leadership looks like to him.
I'm gonna take the mic off. How's everybody doing today? I can't hear you. How's everybody doing today? I'll give a round of applause for such amazing performances. I'm not gonna dance now. But I can do a little bit of a number, I can do a little Punjabi dance, why not? Before I want to begin, I want to recognize my mother and father are here today. My dad, Mazhar Chukdai, and my mom, Frida Chukdai. Please give them a round of applause. Without them, I wouldn't be standing here literally, so who's hungry? Everybody raise your hand if you're hungry. Okay, so that's good. So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be speaking about a lot about food in the beginning, so I want you guys to really show me you're hungry, okay? But I also need your help. So when I point my microphone to you, I want you to say the word lead, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Lead. 1, 2, 3. Lead. Okay, I'm going to test you. Lead. I did it. All right. Ladies and gents, the people of Pakistan have grown hungry for a new Pakistan. Jeeve, jeeve, jeeve Pakistan. Pakistan, Pakistan, jeeve Pakistan. Alright, that's enough. But they're hungry for a new Pakistan, the kind that elected a man that strives to enact positive change, named Imran Khan. But like any leader, the greatest is one who gives what's best to the people without fear. As we celebrate, man, it's making me a bit hungry, as the reality grows a little near. So watch me put that chicken tikka on the grill and that ribeye steak that's pan-seared, medium rare. Mash every type of shish kebab with some buttery corn on the cob. Chickpeas that run 32 straight seasons of masala like they're soap opera heartthrobs. Days of our lives. So let me turn into Migos. You know I said that. Let me turn into Migos, stir frying some fresh green leafy sod. That means spinach. I'm gonna translate. You see, I can't help it if my taste buds aren't bland to the fact that I'm Muslim, American, and Pakistani. Translating my culturally diverse appetite as one part of my kahani. That means story. A story not just hungry for a smorgasbord of piping hot dishes, but a buffet that offers those hungry, my narrative, some dreams and some wishes. Well, more than 3 wishes. You see, my family didn't rub a magic lamp to reach the east coast of this land. But for some reason, my Punjabi-speaking grandma loves watching I Dream of Jeannie, even when she doesn't understand. Shout out to all the Nick at Night fans. It's no surprise that she, along with my Pakistani family, couldn't have reached the land of the free without being from a home of the brave. She couldn't have reached the land of the free without being from a home of the brave and leading themselves imperfectly like pioneers in uncharted territories every single day. So if I could make a wish right now, I'd say, all of us together, let's all travel back in time, like Marty McFly with a Back to the Future kind of mind. You can laugh. You see, you do a lot of laughing. You see, back in the 90s when I was 10 years old, I wasn't always this confident, this Fresh Prince kind of bold. But back then I wasn't given a lifelong friend. Rather, back then I was given a lifelong friend who taught me you can't maneuver this life without growing a thick skin. For years I covered up the rough, scaly spots that onlookers could see. Wearing shorts with long socks, summer days with long sleeves. I covered up to feel normal because they normally bullied me. If it wasn't the color of my skin, it was the texture that drew their eyes in. They mocked and teased, eyes drawn at my elbows and knees. One kid saying, look at those weird red spots, Apu's got a disease. Pointing and laughing like Nelson from The Simpsons to see if I'd react emotionally. Feeding off my fears and insecurities while I held back tears that patience afforded me. Until one day I decided I didn't want anyone to feel the way I did. So I ran as a candidate in my class just to get elected, as a safety patrol for the school that no bully could ever mess with. And when I saw that kid on the bus verbally mocking others like he knew best, I honored the shield that I wore draped across my chest and said, calling anyone Apu really tells me more about you. Like the fact you haven't passed geography class from grade 2. Yeah, you snap. But on the real, I'm sure you care about struggles people are given. You know, those spots on my skin, they're just inflamed by an overactive immune system. You see, it's not contagious, and neither are your words. But I'll live and let live. My thick skin might be literal, but now, guess what? You made it figurative. But before I report you to Principal Skinner, to you the principle of forgiveness I'll give. You see, I knew that back then that a thirst for justice must also be quenched with drops of mercy. Because seeds of change don't grow when hearts are parched and thirsty. But whether he changed or not, I knew what it did for me. I realized God gifted me with a different kind of immunity. The kind that thickens my brown skin with antibodies to bigotry. The kind that realizes when something is systemic, it affects us all. So when I kneel and pray with a strong heart, I can stand with others who aren't standing at all. You see, if we can't see ourselves in other people, how can we say we value what's equal? If we can't hear ourselves in other voices, how can we know what a choice is? If we can't see each other as sisters and brothers, how can we really say we know one another?
Me.
To be the person that you wish to be.
Me.
To be the shoulder for others to lean.
Me.
To be a genuine, kind human being.
Me.
To be a leader who makes real their dreams. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, what was that? Saved by the Bell. Let's shift gears as we go 88 miles an hour. Moving forward in time in our DeLorean with a 2016 kind of horsepower. You know, we won't drive like Zach Morris, so our tires won't screech. But I'm cooler than AC Slater pumping iron at the beach. You know, this ain't a sitcom, so let's start now. You know, but this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right here, and I'll tell you how I became the person standing right here. The day is August 12th, 2016. On a scorching summer day as the sun beat down, I spotted an empty cooler lying in my garage on the ground. 8 minutes later, there was a bag of ice in it that measured a pound. With water bottles and Ziploc bags filled with apple slices, I went to a park near my home, lugging the cooler like I was aiding a crisis. To every stranger I passed, I introduced myself and asked if they'd like to partake in what came from my shelf. Some were eager to take what I brought, while others turned away without a single thought. Until I saw a soccer team with a coach, some parents, and their kids, not realizing my encounter with them would forever live. You see, I told them, I'm just a neighbor that lives a few streets away, I said. It's my birthday, and I just wanted to give back instead. Would it be all right to give some of what I have to the kids? Absolutely, they replied. But only if they can meet you to know what it means to be kind. And when it was time for a break, the team rushed towards me like I was the goal, carrying wide smiles along the way. I asked every single one of them of their names before giving them what was in the cooler that day. I love apples, one yelled with complete happiness and joy. Oh, I love the ones that Steve Jobs made, said the clever little boy. And it was then that one of the parents couldn't resist to tell me something I'll never forget. She told me, for you to do this on your day of all days has changed the way I view community. Thank you for teaching the kids and all of us a valuable lesson in leadership and learning how to give. See, at the time, I didn't know what it meant to turn 30. But I hope my age never lets me forget the meaning of community. It's about embracing those that live near you regardless of the label they choose. We consume all sorts of media and news and get ingrained with stereotypes without learning hard truths. If you want to give, just give. The color of their skin, or whatever they believe in, or who they want to politically win, shouldn't be the filter to your giving. You see, how else can we change the world if we don't change our living? You see, if we can't see ourselves in other people, how can we say we value what's equal? If we can't hear ourselves in other voices, how can we know what a choice really is? If we can't see each other as sisters and brothers, how can we say we know one another?
Lead.
To be the person that you wish to be.
Lead.
To be the shoulder for others to lean.
Lead.
To be a genuine, kind human being.
Lead.
To be a leader who makes real their dreams. Thank you so much.